That's something that's very difficult for me to do. First, I want to be sure that I give thanks to the Lord, who is good. Amen. His covenant, His love everlasting. And one of the greatest things that you can find here on this earth is the fact that the Lord promised that He would always be there. And He'd always do great things in your life. Even though you may think about 40 years, but 40 years is a blink of an eye. Somebody like the Lord. You know, it's a wonderful thing when you go back and you listen to the words that Minister Jefferson, who's a neighbor of mine, that I see very, how often do I see you? Clifford Ray? Most of the time it's when he's passing. Because we've grown into this rush age of life, we don't stop long enough to visit our neighbors like we should. And I think I ought to make a commitment, Clifford Ray, that we'll get a chance to see one another a little bit more. But when you go back and you think about the words that he said about when God was giving instruction as to what Moses was seeking, because he had a job to do to explain. And that was his craving desire to know who is this that's telling us what we need to do. And he simply told him that you tell them that I am that I am. You know, so when you stop and you think about yourselves, each and every one of you, even though you're here today as a group, a class who is reuniting your ways in a sense of understanding who you are now compared to what you remember you used to be. And as a part of coming together like that, you're still an individual. And you still owe that individuality to the Maker who made you. And above all things, always remember that it is who you are that you should reach out and touch others. Because the Lord asks you to love Him first. He said, above all things, love me with your heart, soul, and mind. But the second thing, love your neighbors as well. So I want to wish you, and I want to give thanks to the Lord for allowing me to be a part of your life. And above all, I want to give thanks to your parents. Because if it had not been for them, you see, your parents were also there praying for you. A lot of times, you not even knowing it, but they were there supporting you. How do I know? Because it cut down on my discipline a whole lot. I didn't have to worry about a whole lot of discipline because all I had to do is tell you, wait till I see your mom. Wait till I see your dad. Then you would wake up. And you would straighten up. And you would come to grips with the things you had to do in that class. So again, let me continue to encourage you to encourage others, especially your children. Let them know who is your supporter, who is your real supporter, and let them grow into the knowledge that they may teach their children. May you, when you leave here and go back to your stations in life, continue to uplift each other, and above all, the Lord. Thank you. Amen. Gloria Jean Simmons. James Tate. Carolyn and Garrett. Gay. Shirley Crane. Lois Williams. Elnora Ann Chappelle. Alvin McCann. Alvin Spencer Brumfield. Nathaniel Wilson. Roy Milton Brown. Ron Bickham. Manny Lee Harvey. Billy Dodd Burton. Silas Julia Butler. Willie Doyle Manning. Warren.
Pray for you. You pray for me. Watch God change me.
All right, you shooting too?
Look at all that. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right, we love you too. How you doing? All right, I'm Isla. I'm had a sister.
Oh, okay.
I'm the baby girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice to meet you.
You too.
You never know how you might be used. After the graduation ceremony, and you can see family and friends and loved ones mingling, just with a happy occasion that we've had here today, and so much to be thankful for. God has blessed us to keep on keeping on, and it hasn't stopped yet. We will keep on and continue to open doors and walk through those doors that God has opened for us, that we can have a good life, an even better life as we go forth from this day, from this place.